2020. Well, what can I say? It's been a year full of uncertainty, full of worry and unrest. And for us as Black people, this has been a year that has proven to be more important than ever. In the struggles we have faced, are facing, and will probably endure for years to come, there is still so much to celebrate. We come from long lines of royalty, legacy, culture, and hope. And this Black History Month, we want to celebrate those who have impacted our communities in an amazing way. One of those being Chatizembgwa, who is invited by the Southend Borough Council to tell his story.
Hello everybody, my name is Chad. I've just put this article together at the invite of Southend Borough Council as we celebrate Black history. I'll share a story of my journey as an immigrant coming from Zimbabwe, now settled in the UK. I'd like to believe that my story resonates with many others from this part of the world, and indeed other continents as well. Reasons and circumstances for leaving one's homeland do differ. For some it's political reasons, for others it's seeking greener pastures, and for some it's to improve their careers, and it's others it's just an adventure. So for me, however, it's been a mixed bag. I grew up in Harare, the sunshine capital of Zimbabwe. When I left school, I enrolled for an apprenticeship training with one of the big cement manufacturing companies in Zimbabwe, and 4 years later I qualified as a diesel plant fitter. I remember vividly on the day when myself and 2 other colleagues finished our training. You know, we were doused in used oil and smeared with grease and paraded in the streets. I mean, this was a tradition, or an act that was carried out for somebody successfully completing their apprenticeship training, especially as a mechanic. This event was every young mechanic's dream to achieve and to enjoy that moment. And it gave one, a sense of achievement and accomplishment. And I'll cherish that for a very long time. I then worked in my role as a mechanic for the next 15 years. For me, this was a dream career that is working on heavy duty plant machinery. I excelled in my performance and soon rose through the ranks to become a workshop foreman, which again was outstanding achievement. During this period I found the most beautiful woman that I fell in love with, that I got married to and started a family, Nancy. At the time, I thought things were going well and comfortable. I mean, the kids going to good schools, private schools, living in a company house at the time, a company vehicle, and all the other benefits that came with that job, with that role. But then at the time, around about the same time, the country started facing its own challenges and difficulties. It generally started disintegrating to political unrests and everything else. The terrain at the time had become so difficult for some who had worked so hard to achieve in life. social injustice was now prevalent, and some of it was determined by your religious or political affiliations and different other things. I mean, so the situation was not tenable at the time. At this point, very hard decisions had to be made. That is in spite of all the successes that are the scores over the years. I mean, the assets that were acquired during that period, and pretty much looked beyond into the future of what's going to be of my kids, what's going to be of my whole family. Will they survive these challenges? Will they be able to fulfill their own ambitions in such an environment? Will they live to enjoy their heritage in these turbulent times? Anyway, that's a bit of a difficult one to talk about. But at the end of the day, a decision was made. I said, no, look, we have to move on for various reasons, like I said. So I was forced to make this one very difficult and important decision in my life. I believed at the time this was a very temporary move. You know, at the time I only thought we were coming to the UK just for about 3 years, maximum 2 to 3 years, and then we'll come back and relive and continue with our lives as usual. But I tell you what, 18 years later, I'm still here in Southend, you know, and it has become my permanent residence, to be honest. So, I mean, at the time when I came over, when I made that decision, I thought, no, that the United Kingdom would be, you know, a country where there's protection for all, there's equality, there's tolerance to each other's views, and where individuals are given the opportunity to excel, cultural diversity and freedom of expression. And that's my journey. That's how I ended up in the United Kingdom. When I came over, I obviously thought I had a qualification, probably much needed then, but I realized that in the United Kingdom it's a different sort of environment. After all, mining is not as rampant or as widely exercised or practiced as it is out there in Zimbabwe. So it was a time to change course. And I mean, look, I have a passion to help. I really enjoy just helping people. You know, I've done that even when I was back home. You know, helping families. You know, helping people. You know, supporting all that people that needed this support. So I thought, no, look, I mean, it's something that I could do. I mean, I enjoy. I acquired a degree in public health. A couple of years later, another degree in mental health nursing. So I worked for the National Health Service, the NHS. I mean, up to this day, different roles within the NHS. I also work in the community alongside with many Zimbabwean communities, some of whom have established their own care companies, for instance, thus creating the much needed employment for the local residents. How so proud we are, you know, to be or to make that vital contribution that's needed, especially in this season of COVID-19, this season of the pandemic. We find ourselves being there, and you know, we're proud that, look, we are serving and we are making that contribution to the community that we are in. Me and my many brave colleagues from the BME, Black, Asian and Ethnic Minorities groups have worked so hard to keep others safe and to provide the much needed resource and expertise, putting ourselves forward to do that which we love doing, you know, and giving back to the nation for embracing the hard working immigrants. Special recognition is given to the local authority of Southend for its cultural diversity and its embrace, you know, for accommodating those who work hard, accommodating those who come and add value to the authority and to the country at large, you know. So me and my fellow colleagues, we are proud to have just done that. My wife also works for the local authority, local council. She has worked at various centers for up to 15 years now, or maybe more. And she would not think of leaving for any reason. She has become part of a big family at Project 49. That's where she is. Her colleagues and employers have embraced her so much. She always says, even if she wins the lottery, she will not leave. She'll not go for good. She'll at least put in a day or two, you know, because she's made that attachment with the people that she serves, with the colleagues that she works with, and you know, the things that they do. You know, she has never felt in any way segregated or neglected, or you know, her stay there compromise in any way. I mean, these people are so dear to her. She has been the only black employee at the center for all these many years. But skin color has never been relevant at all. She has full praise of the staff and management at all these various places, from Maybrook, Saxon, and then Avro and all other places. I mean, she loves that. I mean, even if she's not feeling that great on the day, it takes a lot for her not to attend work. And all she says is, you know, I could not let my colleagues down. You know, she just, like me, and I'm sure like every other one of us, the people that have come in and joined this diverse and loving community do. One of the things that is really passionate to me is charity work. Is serving others, is helping the needy, is making a difference in other people's lives. That makes me tick. That's, you know, part of the things that drives me. In 2009, just give a few examples. In 2009, I was part of a very, you know, I'm privileged to have been part of that, of a team that arranged and organized a Relay for Life event for cancer research. And this, I was selected to be one of the committee members, and for that they were to get different roles for each, and I was the chairman for logistics. And this event was to be held at the Garons, and I remember my colleagues Steph, Dan, who were there, part of the team, and we came up with this, forceful, and powerful and very dedicated team of volunteers who came and put this event together, which in the end was really a success. I mean, we had various teams joined in. We had people, spending the whole night going around the tracks, celebrating the lives of those that have been affected by cancer, and even those who have survived cancer. And just to celebrate the great work that the cancer research in UK is doing. I mean, it's an amazing job, and I really feel proud to have been part of that event up to this day. and given a chance, I would do it again. And I've joined in other or supported again in other events, but maybe at a less prominent level or scale, as it were. So that's one of the things that we did. I also volunteered for this organization that was called Crime Reduction Agency, is it? CRI, here in Southend, that helped people with drug and alcohol problems. I remember I was working for the NHS then, or when I was working out of area, I was actually working in Wickford, and would come late at night, and then go and join this, or go and offer our services or my services, because there has to be an evening one, the needle exchanges and different things that we're supporting people with, and I found that fulfilling. I didn't feel like, okay, look, I've been on a long day, or I've been out there working, I can't go there, but I mean, it was just a passion, and I really did enjoy that. Come Christmas time, me and my colleagues and a few other colleagues, I mean, because I belong to a charity that serves again in the local community, we've come up or made hampers for the less privileged. I remember the Sunday school, or the young kids or the youngsters, the youths would go out and help out. Just befriending and spending time with the elderly. Just having a chat. Just sharing stories. Just being there for them. Just enjoying. That fellowship. And that made us who we. That would just brighten us. Brighten our lives. Seeing an elderly person, you don't even know them, but the fact that they're smiling and you're giving them a little something makes that difference. So those are the things that we just enjoy doing. We've done a fundraising in the past for the Filipino disaster and a few others. I remember we came out there and people were collecting bags of clothes, cash and everything, and money, which we then sent out there, to the Filipino those people, individuals that had been affected by that tragic disaster. Like I said, I serve at a local church, the Agape Christian Center. That's where I serve normally, and my faith has been the driving force in my life, in everything that I do. It's my faith has shaped me to become who I am. I have a very strong religious background, but because of that, it has helped me to love and to give back, and the support and the warmth and the embrace that we received from the local authorities and from this country in general. It's probably, or it's good to give back in a good way, like that. So it's just great, working for this and living in this locality. So I've also partnered with colleagues, because we also do some charity work in Zimbabwe. I've also partnered with colleagues to support various charities back in Zimbabwe. In particular, there's one that's called Kingdom Princesses, co-founded by a lady called Hilda. It's a UK-based charity that has worked so hard in feeding and looking after several dozens of orphans in the very much rural areas of Zimbabwe. They send them clothes, they send them, money for meals, that they go out there, and once in a while they have a very...
Murkufarira chikafu here. Chichinwe chamungade.
We just love it. And the other one that comes to mind as well, there's quite a few of them, there's a number of them. There's it's one that actually helps women, it actually helps the elderly in the rural areas again of Zimbabwe, supporting them with clean water and sanitation, and this one here is run by CB Enterprises, you know, which is again a local one, but we're just making a difference. Just seeing that person smile, you know, just seeing that elderly person, you know, glowing, and you know, just seeing that bright face, you know, just making that difference for us, you know, would twice as much as blessed, and you know, we get that benefit out of it much more than they think they have, you know, because it's just something that we enjoy doing. Right, I'm out here. I've got my lovely neighbors here, Carol and Paul. Honestly, this video would not have been complete without including these lovely people. So I'll let Karen say a few words.
Right, what I'd like to say is we have had some very various types of neighbours in the past. We've lived here over 30 years and these guys are the best. Chad, Nancy, all the boys and girls, all their family that come to visit are so beautiful. They're all friendly, generous.
They do anything for you.
Yeah, you can't fault them. They don't have any barking dogs. Chatizembgwa. And yeah, I was told by somebody who was doing up their place before they moved in, and this guy also said to me, oh, a nicer family you can never meet. And when the children were young, Chad was very wary that the children would be making a noise or throwing footballs around, and we said, no, you've got to be allowed to live.
That's true.
You know, and they weren't any bother.
That's true. Yeah.
And I don't know what else you can say. We're pleased they're here, and we don't want them to go.
Oh,
so what
sweet.
can I say?
Yeah, that's so sweet. That's so sweet, Karen. Paul.
What can I say? My wife said most of it, really, and I agree with her. They're just a great family. Do anything for you, help you out if you're in problems.
And don't let them go back to Zimbabwe.
Oh no!
Ban them, ban them.
Take their passports away.
But I mean, having said that, I mean, you guys have been awesome. You know, they've been amazing. We would not wish for any better neighbors than this. You know, there are times when we thought we might want to move, you know, buy another house somewhere else. But the minute we think of these people here, we will not go anywhere, you know. And I mean, we've got Debbie the other side.
We do have quite a little community.
You know, we are a community, and you know how.
Yes.
And in lockdown, it was lovely to be able to talk to people over the garden.
That's right.
Because although nobody could mix, we were outside in the fresh air, in the sunshine.
Yeah.
And we still had each other.
Sure.
Even though we were all cut off, we had each other. We were there, even if we were 6 foot apart or 2 meters or whatever.
Sure.
And yes, we're always, anybody who needs help here can knock on the door, phone us up, give us a shout, and everybody's the same.
Thank you. So that's the reason why I might not go back to Zimbabwe.
We're not
going to let them, so.
All right, thank you very much.
I also want to say what a wonderful, hard-working family they are.
Right.
And the majority of them are working in some sort of care genre.
Yeah.
So they are people who are helping our community.
Sure.
And they're not here grabbing money. They're here to work and live peacefully.
Right. When I look back now,
What's that?
that became just
What's that?
me,
What's that?
the 2 boys,
that?
and the girl, and now we actually have grandchildren with us.
What's
Joshua,
that?
yeah, that's a sunflower.
Sunflower.
Yeah, that's a sunflower.
Sunflower.
Yeah, go and get a ball. Yeah?
Yeah.
It shows how fast time flies and how much time has flown past, really. With good memories, and this could only be possible because of the people that we live around with, our neighbors, the people that we work with, the people that we associate with on a day-to-day basis. Life has changed. I mean, if you were to ask the same question 20 years ago of where I would be, 10 years later, it was totally a different story. I would never have imagined that I would be in this place, but here we are. I mean, finally, I just would like to say thank you to this local community, to the great leaders, to the authorities, the mayor and their team. You know, it's just nice, and we just enjoy, you know, being part and parcel of the whole system and being involved and engaged in local events and in everything else that goes on. In every community, wherever you go across the world, you'll find good and bad. There are bad apples out there, but let me say the majority of the people are just awesome. They're great, you know. The people that we've interacted with here, I mean, they have done so well to support these communities, to support us and to help us to integrate. I know and acknowledge that this may not be the same experience for others in the same situation. Some have come across, they really have not felt or, you know, received this sort of support or have experienced this positive side to things. And it's when that is always magnified, when the negative is always magnified. I mean, it's really fair that we can talk about the positive sides. I mean, even in other institutions, you know, there's still areas of improvement in public institutions, workplaces, and other areas, but not all is bad, and it's just time to just celebrate the good that comes, I mean, from the black ethnic minority that have really received that positive custom, and it's just sharing those moments now. I mean, on the whole, I'm proud to be Zimbabwean and to be British for that matter, and will continue to serve the local community and work with the charities also back in Zimbabwe, you know, in my quest is to make the world a better place for all, and that little would, you know, whatever else little it is would make the difference. You know, now, I mean, it was just me and my 3 kids, my wife, when we came. Now we have 2 grandchildren, Joshua and Ariel. They were born in this country. It's just a pleasure, and pray that their experiences growing up here would even be better than we did. You know, we are now trying to customize and become, you know, and share some of the values and the way things are done in this place. You know, we also attending, you know, these events like the Ascot. I mean, I did attend one last year, the Ascot, you know, I mean, wearing all this togged up and well suited and booted, you know, trying to live like a, you know, the British tradition, as it were, you know, rubbing shoulders with the Queen then. I mean, I was excited about it. So, as we sum up, I just want to explain the significance of this project. It might appear as if it was all about me, but I just used my life story to tell, or rather to share similar stories of the many migrants who have come into this country and made some positive impact. They've contributed immensely to this wonderful country by working so hard and being responsible citizens who pay their dues to the authorities, contributing to the much needed revenue that would fund public services such as the NHS, public transport, building and maintenance of existing infrastructure, etc. Many of them are available and willing to go the extra mile and undertake those roles that are normally difficult to fill. These are the unsung heroes, unknown, silent, and not spoken so much about. But they are there in the background, serving this country diligently. They are part of the eco-social system, and they help make things tick. So, this is just to represent the immigrants coming from all over the world, not just from Africa. I suppose the same goes to the receiving country, Great Britain, and in particular to the borough of Southend on Sea, where there's cultural diversity, social integration for all, and inclusivity without any discrimination based on color, religion, or background. You actually feel as if you're part and parcel of the local community. So, for all immigrants, particularly members of the Black ethnic minority groups or communities, this is for you. This is just to show that it is not always the negative things that are often portrayed out there, but hey, there are good things that are happening as well, some positive things. And this is the time to put them on the spotlight. I appreciate things have not always been smooth for all of us, but we've shown that resilience and dedication and commitment to the cause of integration and changing lives of the local community. We remain resolute and committed to helping where needed. Please allow me this time to just express my gratitude to you for listening in. And also special thanks goes to Kelly, who worked tirelessly in putting this compilation together. And again, I say best wishes to you all. Meet again.